meet him.
My God, this is a really juicy question. What relationship is more important, marriage or friendship, and why?
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Natalie, what do I do?
I hope it's giddy.
So, guys, it's Tuesday.
Cheers.
You have red wine. All right. So we had this huge conversation we did a WW's Welcome to Cat and Hat podcast. You know, it's interesting, Nat, I'm listening to a lot of podcasts and they go and plug themselves like an ad before the podcast start.
Before.
Before. So we would be like, oh, by the way, if you're looking for some support in parenting, but don't want to spend a fortune on therapy, head on over to catandnat.ca and join our teen and tween group where you can have access to hundreds of experts, one day thousands, and get all your problems and conversations going and talked about and help you parent better to 6 to tween to teen. And then we would go on and say late night live if you're looking for a Thursday night out with your girlfriends.
We should pre-record those ads and just get Lexi to add them in.
Exactly, Natalie. Let's do that.
There you go. Because you know what, guys? When we started the podcast, we never thought about it like we thought about it as like another avenue, talk about something different and somewhere else that people can find us. And for moms, it's so great to be able to just stick it in your ears and stick it in your ears. Stick it in your ears. And then get the information. But it's actually become a very nice side way of making money through ads. And who knew?
I honestly, and it's one of my favorite things to do. It's
like you and I get to be all alone and have a conversation, but record it.
Exactly, Natalie.
I look at, guys, while we're recording this, we're on StreamYard and we can see each other and I look, wow.
I've seen you look better, but you don't look bad.
Oh, one of a kind.
I've seen you look better. Like I would, you're not a 10 out of 10 right now, but you know, as a friend, and if I told you were, I'd be a bad friend because when you did, you would never trust me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, totally. This is all about honesty.
Like you definitely can be like 50 out of 10. Today I give you like a 5.
I agree.
You got burnt again, girl.
Yeah, I know this. You know what it must be? It must be the skincare that I'm using that's making my skin more sensitive. It says stay out of the sun, but I never believe that stuff.
Oh, yes, it's true. What skincare are you using?
Everything anybody sends me.
Got it.
Robbie Amell and Stephen Amell are on eTalk right now.
Well, now you're going to have to tell people because everyone's like, who?
So, like a huge segment. So yesterday, out of nowhere, I told Sam, because we're looking for hot guys for our late night live, because our late night live consists of, it's every Thursday night, and it consists of, what's that sound?
I'm trying to see our reviews.
Oh. And it consists of, women supporting women. Lots of fun. Cocktails, a night for women, not for their husbands or children, but just for them. So I happened to say to Sam, I do have a long-lost godbrother. And she's like, what does that even mean?
Long-lost godbrother. What does that even mean?
So I'm like, she's like, what does that mean? I'm like, well, his dad is my godfather. Like when I got baptized, he was appointed to be my godfather. And over the years, we lost touch. But his son, Stephen, is Stephen Amell, who is a big-time actor and a heartthrob and a hottie. And then his cousin, Robbie, who he's always with, who's married to, I forget what her name is. She's an actress too. I'm like, whatever. So now I haven't literally seen them on TV or heard of them in so long. He does have 6.2 million on Instagram. I'm watching the TV in front of me and they're on a segment. Life is weird. Life is crazy. And you know what? My kids are starting to realize that a little bit. Yeah. They're like, it's such a small world. Like, Teddy's like, my friend Charlie's friend is friends with the girl who's in my class. And Taylor's like, yeah. And I'm like, yep. Toronto's a big city. It is weird
that we do live in, we live in a micro world. Yeah. You and I in a neighborhood,
Yeah, totally. That's also. TJ was complaining that he wanted sushi. We'd already made dinner. Barbecued steaks and chicken and baked potatoes and my famous salad. And, I just looked at him and I was like, fuck it. I have sushi on the way.
No. Did he eat it?
It's on the way. Like while we're podcasting, the door's going to ring and Mark's going to be like, why the fuck is sushi at the door? And I'm going to say,
you're not there, so it does not matter, little girl. It does not matter.
I didn't want to say no to him. I'm like, hey, I'm so happy you like sushi. So
I didn't want to say no to him. And you didn't think to do it when you didn't have dinner. So you tomorrow night we'll do sushi.
Oh, I said tomorrow night we'll do sushi.
And he said, hell no.
No. And I'm like, what about lunch? That's sooner. He's like, okay. And later he's like, no, can't wait. I'm like, fuck it. No, I can't listen to you ask anymore. So,
well, guys, I'm really sorry, but I can't find the podcast questions. So we're going to have to wing it as we do and have to do the questions on Friday. And then we're going to answer all your questions. And then maybe I will do an Instagram sticker. You know what? Maybe I'll do it right now. How fun would that be? And we can answer the questions.
Live.
Okay, let me see. All right, here I go. I'm going to do an Instagram story. Here's why it's important. Okay. So we are currently doing a podcast live right now. I have Nat on StreamYard. If you guys have a question you want us to answer on this podcast that will be released tomorrow, hit us up right now and you'll hear it tomorrow on the podcast. Ready? Let's do this. Well, that was great, actually. That was
Kat,
kind of genius.
You're just going to...
I don't look great either, by the way, so I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, you're going to have to send those questions through my people before I answer them. I don't just take questions off the cuff.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Just kidding.
This is so fun, actually.
That's like the fun part about our world is nothing is scripted and we can and it's so funny when we go and do podcasts with other people and they send over approved questions and is it okay if they ask you, is there anything you'd like to change? We're like, I don't even need to read it before. I can answer anything and nothing you're going to ask me is something I can't answer,
Dude, or we'll just skirt around it. Skirt.
Celebrities.
Okay, I can't wait for these.
You think about everything that they need to have approved before they say something or do something. We're not even close, and they let us approve the questions. I mean, what kind of authentic interview is that? I don't even want to think about what I'm going to answer before I answer. I want it to be what I'm feeling in that moment.
What we did right there was what most entrepreneurs know you have to do. Most entrepreneurs overthink everything. And, in our mastermind class that we've been teaching, a lot of people have come back and been like, it's been my biggest month. I am growing. I've learned so much. I'm moving forward. I'm taking this tool book. And, one thing we said to them was because some of them got stuck in the brand audit and they got overwhelmed because, we were pretty, we gave feedback on their brand, which a lot of people don't ever get, right? You have to kind of put on your big girl pants to hear a brand audit and you can't take that whole brand audit as verbatim. It has to work for you. So two things there. It's just someone else's opinion on business-wise, how you could do better. Not how you could do better, but business-wise, how you could do better. And one of our mastermind persons named Mary, I was talking to her and I said, to be honest with you, you have to separate yourself from your business. And when you're an entrepreneur, that's really hard to do because you are your business in every way. You and I are so entwined in our business, but we don't get stuck in the failures. We don't think we're failures because something failed. We don't think we're fuck ups and we can't go on with the podcast because the questions didn't get sent over. If you sit in an emotion for too long, you get inside your head and you stop yourself. You have to stop stopping yourself. And there comes an element of risk when you react so quickly to things, because when you do that, some people would get nervous jumping really quickly.
And they'd get nervous that maybe they would say something that they hadn't completely thought through and that could come back and bite them in the ass. That's a hard one. Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure we've had that happen, but we just solve the problem and move on, But I think that you can either stop and overanalyze a situation of why that went wrong, how that went wrong. You could have been like, Kat, you said you were going to do it. I could have been like, I'm going to go look through the text messages and show that, we could have gone back and forth at who owned the responsibility. But in a partnership, you move on and solve the problem, because going backwards really solves nothing. For us to argue over who is right or who is wrong would be and trust me, people would get in arguments over who is right and who is wrong.
Totally.
You gotta let that shit go and put on your problem solving hat. And, you have to look and, when someone gives you some advice that you've asked for about your brand, can't take it and defend it. You just gotta kind of be like, yep, critically, I can see this. I'm going to try this.
Yeah, and that's really hard as an entrepreneur. It really is, because everything that you're doing and you've created it came from you. It's a part of you. So some people can be insulted when someone's giving them feedback like, "Oh my God, I did that wrong. I thought so much about that before I did it, and now you're saying that it's not a good idea." That's hard.
Dude, it is also like, it's like the people who won't open bills that come to their door. Like they don't actually want to look at the bill.
Oh, yes, I've heard of them.
Or, I mean, I used to be like that. Or they don't want to. I mean, yeah, I don't know why. I don't know what I was hiding from, because I could pay for it. It's like, it was like bad. Or like the people who don't want to open, you know me, I don't like reading emails that are like, did you know, I'm like, I'm not reading that. You know how I'm like, I'm not reading that. And you're like, no, it's fine. I'll go handle it. You know, have you ever noticed that? Like if someone comes at us and says like, blah, and I'm not like, because I don't deal with the minutia. If someone's got an issue that is legitimate, I will dive in there with you. But if you're going to minutia me, fuck it. I'm not even reading it. You're much better at minutiaing back.
You know, the other thing that I'm thinking
of firing people? No fucking way. That's all you, babe. Isn't that crazy? That's you.
But that's another thing. It's like, you know, people who refuse to look at the number on the scale.
Right. That's the same
thing. Same thing, right?
It's like you don't want to be honest with yourself.
I got a question though. I've been starting to watch this season's American Idol, which is I'm in the past, and there are people who are super confident that go on there, and I liken it to someone who's starting a business. And they're like, I believe in my business. I believe in my business. I believe in my voice. I think I'm really great.
Yeah.
And they get cut because they're not very good. And then they go, you know, and they refer to somebody who has had 150 no's, but they just believed in themselves and they kept going. Like in that way, that's so tricky, because it's like, I understand that you think that those people just didn't like your sound, but it's actually not good. Like, I know.
That's
a tough one.
No, it's not though. Okay. The only thing is that like, if you keep getting like, no, like, if you're homeless and you keep thinking your voice is going to save you, you got to get a second job and then do your voice on the side. You can't make excuses for the thing. Like, I believe in myself. Well, if you can't pay your rent, babe, it's not working out. So do it as a second job and hustle for the first time. Like you are not an entrepreneur until you can't call yourself an entrepreneur if you aren't making money and self-sufficient.
Yeah, if you're relying on somebody else taking care of you. It's
a hobby.
Yeah.
And enjoy that hobby. But if you can't pay your rent, you aren't at the place yet where you're like, you should be a full-time entrepreneur. Like you have to like work it up and then get there. You know, like you can't just jump ship and be like, now I'm an entrepreneur. I can't pay my rent, but fuck it.
I know. And if you really believe in what you're doing, you'll work your full-time job and you'll stay up through the night doing your second job. And I know it sounds horrible, but if you believe in it enough, then you get it. Not yet. It's coming. The doorbell will ring when the sushi comes.
Amazing.
You want to look out the window? Okay. But you can't talk. He's waiting for his sushi.
What kind of sushi did he get?
He likes cucumber avocado for now. We'll work our way up.
Okay. What are you going to put in there?
I mean, just cucumber avocado, but I mean, one day.
I mean, like when you work your way up.
Oh, like he tried a spicy tuna once, and yeah, he didn't not like it. You know, we don't eat enough fish and seafood in this house. Sorry, TJ, I need that door closed, please. I'll come get you when they're coming. I promise. Okay, close the door, baby. I love you.
That's podcasting at home, my friends, right there.
But I was going to say, you know, another thing that I think is so hilarious, and it's like otherwise not done at all, is in our late night live, how we've decided to have hot guys as one of our things. And somebody messaged us, I think you saw on in Instagram, and she's a blue check mark herself. And she's like, we tagged the guy that was going to come in. Who's this guy? How come I don't know him? I go, oh, no. He's not famous.
Oh,
you don't know him. He's just coming on for the talent of being hot. She's like, shit, this is the content I was needing during quarantine.
Oh,
like,
right.
I'm joining. Like, why not? It's simple. It's easy.
Does he have a job?
Yeah, he's an actor and a model. He's a model turned actor.
Oh, so he's famous to some.
Yes, for sure. But she was like, I should know who this person is. And I'm like, no, not necessarily.
Oh my God, there's so many questions. All right. Anyways.
Ooh, that is juicy. If you guys want to listen to this full Mom Truth podcast episode, head over to iTunes and Spotify. It's going to be good.